Skate park.
Skateboard.
So it's listed here as a North Shore Open Space Park issue. It's really just a general discussion amongst ourselves. There's been some talk about putting it somewhere in North Beach, and given the fact that we have the master plan underway and North Shore Open Space Park is our largest park in North Beach, try to get some sense of the Commission's feelings towards possibly locating a skate park in North Shore Open Space Park.
Okay, great. Now, we have the master planner,
Yeah.
right? And obviously, Ricky chaired the North Beach Blue Ribbon panel. I think we've been hearing so much about skateboard park, and I have parents coming up to me all the time saying, wish there was a skateboard park. We don't want the kids skateboarding on Lincoln Road. We don't want them skateboarding here. But you got to give them a place to skateboard. You just can't keep saying no, no, no. It's a low-impact, kind of interesting idea. The question, of course, is that, everyone here has to discuss it.
I have a question.
Sure.
I guess to John Rebar. Seems to me that I remember that North Shore Open Space Park was designated by the city as a passive park. Can a skate park be put into a passive park, and can it be mixed rather than all passive?
John Rebar, Parks and Recreation Director. That's a good question, and I need to start off by saying that on a national level or from the profession, there's no one definition for passive park. So there's not. But taking the definition of passive park, a skate park would not be an element that you would put into a passive park. And as of right now, North Shore Open Space Park is known as a passive park. Now, as long as there's no deed restrictions or anything that comes with the state or whoever transferred the land, Commission, because it's our own designation, Commission, I believe, has the ability of policy to change the use.
Good. Thank you.
Here's something I want to address with the Commission and anybody who's listening, is that there's a sort of talk that, a skate park somewhere in our parks would somehow violate green space, green space, but yet we have no qualms about building tennis courts, swimming pools, and other things that our residents want and enjoy. Somehow skate park is being viewed by some, but I keep hearing it, that it's going to take away green space. But those same people don't complain we want to put a pool, tennis court, handball court, anything like that. So, I want to try to get the Commission to help me get us a skate park somewhere in Miami Beach. Seems like North Beach is a desired place to do it, but if it's not going to be North Beach, it's somewhere else.
But Ricky, you're saying you don't have to have it in North Shore Open Space Park.
It does not have to be there, no.
No, it could be somewhere else in North Beach. I don't think he's saying necessarily that park. It could be somewhere else. I just think maybe the master planner should identify a place.
So are you talking?
Can I comment on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I attended the last neighborhoods meeting, and I did read the email that we all received from Jonathan Strauss about the All Wheels Park, which I'm behind 100%. And in order to get out of this methodology of looking at a single site, and then having a neighbor uproar and going to another site, I really would like to see if it's possible, Jimmy, for us to clarify the requirements for implementing the skate park. I guess first clarify that we're all behind it, as I am, and that we want to do it. Then clarify what the requirements are. Have your staff come back with the set of all possible options, whether they're parks, whether they're other public facilities, or maybe buying something makes sense, I don't know. And then match each possible site against the requirements, come up with the top ones that have best fit, and let's pick.
Yeah, John, we got to get this done. I just came back from Santa Monica, and Santa Monica has activated their beach and their boardwalk in such a magnificent way.
Yes.
Everything from skate parks to just using their green space for yoga, for tightrope walking, for all kinds of great things. And we got to start really activating our parks. We talked about Loomis Park earlier today on Ocean Drive. I mean, I want to get serious about this stuff in South Florida.
The idea of parks is they're supposed to be used. And it seems to, the one thing though I do want to emphasize, is, in my opinion anyway, I've been to skate parks in Santa Monica because my son and grandson live out there, and the skate parks are skate parks. They're not a combination of dirt bikes and skate parks. And I really think when we're talking about a skate park, it should be a skate park. If we're looking for another place to have dirt bikes racing, or whatever it's called, on the pump tracks, I think that's another location. I don't think they should be combined together. I think it's dangerous for the skateboarders.
Well, one thing we can do, and Commissioner Arroyo, I know when we first talked about this, was if you want Dover Cole as part of the North Shore Master Plan, to look at all sites, which was parks, parking lots, the west lots, et cetera, and that way figure out, because you'd also want to make sure it's in the context of whatever else is going on up there. That was the issue a couple of years ago. We brought a skate park to you on the Surfside border, and it was deferred at that time because we wanted to make sure it was consistent with a master plan. So we can come up with, from a parks perspective, with the guidelines and criteria, but maybe hand it off to Dover Cole to find out what makes the most sense where.
Listen, I promised a lot of children during the campaign that I was going to build them a skate park. I am not going to break that commitment.
Okay, so are we all kind of, all pretty much want a skateboard park? I think everyone up here does, okay? It'd be a non-smoking, you can't double park skateboard park. Okay? Okay, all right, great. So by acclamation, John, that's what we all want to do. All right, okay?
I mean, we already have an item floating around the neighborhoods committee on this issue. Can we refer this as a general skate park item, refer it to neighborhoods, and this way, the whatever's being presented as options and with Dover Cole, that it continues to get cooked there as well, so. Are you good with that? Because we can still talk about, because here's what happens. We've been talking, just so you got everybody, the new folks, one of the first things we talked about when we got elected in 13, one of the first things on the agenda was skate parks and,
Yeah.
Well,
Didi killed it, remember?
yeah, it was that, and like,
Would've
there
had
was
it built
like a
already.
log cabin site, there was like a whole bunch of stuff there, and it was all on North Beach. And once it goes away, things like disappear, so you gotta keep these things
Okay.
cooking on the agenda, so.
Yeah,
I
because
would
it
say
has to
put it
be
on
done right,
neighborhoods.
because we also
Oh,
want the
all right.
community to want
I
this.
mean, I get a sense that
If they don't, then-
Commissioner Gonzalez hasn't spoken. I don't mean to call you out if you don't feel comfortable, but there seems to be consensus among us that we want to get this thing built, and I want people to know that we're going to get it built somewhere.
Right.
Let's
That's why I
stop
wanna keep it on
messing
the
around.
agenda.
Let's get it built.
Disappear.
I wasn't calling you out, but when I said that there was consensus, I didn't want to call you out, sorry.
I hate the idea of putting a skate park at Pine Tree Park. I was there when I went around this, it's a park that nobody really goes to. It is kind of sleepy and peaceful. It's right next to the JCC. I don't know if the neighbors would like that idea, but it wouldn't be the worst location. You don't think it works there?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I would
I
throw
like
it
it,
out.
but
I mean,
Third and Ocean, like right
I don't
on
know
there
that it
behind.
makes sense near single-family homes right now.
That's why I
with
really
the
wanted
kids,
to
if it's
stress.
kids using it right there, that's where, you got an elementary school, a middle school right there. I just don't know,
Mayor, that's why I wanted to stress, defining those
Look at all-
requirements
look at
and
all of
agreeing
them.
on them, because it's not just the square footage requirement. There's components in those requirements about, accessibility to other amenities. Is there a place to go get lunch?
No, I think, look at all everything, look at everything.
There are other requirements on there that will help guide us into the best fit location.
Yeah, definitely.
And I do think it makes sense as.
Do it this
as-
way, this is a good way, look at every site.
Look at every site.
Also, we
Notice
should
them
look
all.
at, Jimmy, like 301 Ocean Drive, like behind that area there. Could be a good area. We should look at every site, that's all. That's all I'm
Okay,
saying.
so this is going
Neighborhoods
to
can
be,
harden the
Right
requirements.
next to the beach wall.
Well, yeah,
okay, so we're going to refer,
well, the permanent Flotopia beach walk. Yeah. Okay.
so we're
right.
referring all that conversation, all the locations to neighborhoods, correct? To continue the conversation and to get it done, right?
Yes,
And to harden the requirements for the
Yes.
site
Yeah.
selection.
yes, all that stuff. Okay.